Welcome everyone to the Real Whovians cast. I am your host, Matrix Lord 212, and I'm with Scott. What's up, Scott?
Greetings.
What's up, Bob?
Hello.
All right, so now I need some help with this because there was an announcement, right, Scott, by
Yes.
Nicholas Briggs saying that Big Finish is canon. And I have a problem with that because it can't be that all of Big Finish is canon because it would contradict stuff from the classic series as well as the new series.
Exactly.
Yep.
Roger Delgado was the first master we saw.
Yep.
He should be the first master, period, or whatever.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to ruin the legacy of Roger Delgado saying there was another master before him.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Although they're probably trying to say that because, maybe possible that was the case, but the first Doctor didn't remember the Master. The second Doctor didn't know the Master.
Yeah.
Third Doctor was like, oh, okay. But even then, didn't really talk about, right, that they went to school together and shit and all that, whatever.
Yeah.
So, like, I like to keep canon the way it is, and I'm not happy with the fact that there's a first Master encountering the first Doctor, and the first Master looks like John Sim. I have a problem with that canon. Also have a problem with the canon of Derek Jacobi, who ruins the whole concept of Utopia because he was supposed to be a child abandoned on the shore.
That's right.
And then you're saying that he was that age, that master the whole time, and then erased his memory, and then what? What does that mean?
And plus, look at Eric Roberts' character. He was supposed to have been just for that 96 movie after having been taken over.
Yeah.
So are you saying that somehow he escaped the...
If you're in the Eye of Harmony, you should be dead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you're not dead, then you're the super Time Lord of existence. Because
I could understand now if they went the way, if they had gone the way of Enemy of the World, and he'd gotten sucked out of the TARDIS, then I could see him there. But they had him sucked into the Eye of Harmony.
So, as much as I think that's a cool thing with Eric Roberts, they should have said it was an alternate universe because it doesn't make any sense that he's in it.
Yeah, because he couldn't have survived. I mean, there's no way.
River being with... Hey, what's up, Sal?
Hey.
Hey, what's up, Sal?
Hey.
River being with past masters, while it's a super cool thing to do, would never be part of canon, and it wouldn't make any damn sense.
No, it wouldn't.
No.
Because here's the thing, the master has this thing. So if the master knows you in the past, like the Doctor, and if you have a character that's like the Doctor, like River, that means the master's going to mess with you.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like all the time.
Yeah.
Like he did with Tegan and shit. You know, he's a dick or whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, he'll do that. So
he's a douchebag.
Yeah. So if he knows that you're like, Doctor's wife, of course he's definitely going to mess with you.
Oh, yeah.
So that wouldn't make any sense. Plus, it would be a paradox because then you're talking about past masters messing with the future Doctors or the new Who Doctors, which no, I don't want to think about that. So that can't be counted. I would say yes, Colin Baker's whole thing is canon. Because you know what?
Yeah.
I don't like what happened the way he regenerated. We don't know if anything happened before that. Yeah. We don't know if he was hurt or regenerating. We just saw him go flying into the TARDIS wall. He could have been already regenerating. We don't know. So you know what? That leads me to say, you know what? I don't like the way they did with Perry too. So all 6 Doctors thing is canon. Now, 7th Doctor, you can do the same thing.
Well, think about it during the trial, because he even questioned the evidence within during the trial of the Time Lord, so either
I count 6 Doctors.
That info.
What do you say, Vaughn?
Oh, I was about to say that. I agree because 6th Doctor's storyline supposed to be in between the gaps. It doesn't conflict with anything you saw on TV. The only thing that might conflict is the ending to Trial of the Time Lord or his dealing with the Valeyard. But It's supposed to be with each doctor from 8 on, 5, 6, 7, 8. Supposed to be with 8. 8 should be canon anyway because he has his own series.
Yes,
So
I agree.
I accept that as canon because he only had a movie. But
Yes.
for 5, 6, 7.
But I don't count. No, wait. I don't count River with 8.
No, but River is not in what I'm finna say. River should not be involved with any of the class's doctors because how
Right.
the hell would she even know about them? You know, unless she had the pictures of them.
Well, she had the pictures.
Yeah, she had the pictures. But here's the thing. River's timeline is so out of whack now because if they saying that if all those instances with Big Finish where she goes up against the mask, see, here's the thing. They're trying to make River more than what she was. And in the process of making her more than what she was, they messing up her timeline. Because her timeline was already out of sync with the doctors anyway.
They're doing like a Clara with River.
Exactly. So, I mean, I don't consider any of her stories canon at all because no. But with 5, 6, and 7, yeah, I say they're canon because they fill in between the gaps of different periods. They don't interfere with nothing going on with their timeline except for 6 because 6 needed more work than 7 and 5.
See, now 7, I don't count all of it as canon because didn't they do the Human Nature one with 7 in the books?
But
Yeah.
they did the Human Nature with
They
7
did a
in the
version
book.
of it, yeah.
But they did the actual Human Nature with 10 too.
Yeah, but that was not Big Finish though, right?
No, that was television.
No. I'm saying the 7th Doctor type of Human Nature, that was a book, not a
that
Big
was
Finish.
the Virgin,
that one,
yeah, that
okay.
was the Virgin Target series.
Okay.
Had a ball.
Yeah.
All right, so 7th Doctor, I mean, was there anything crazy that happened with 7th Doctor that wouldn't be part of canon?
Not really. I mean, it was kind of Big Finish, pretty straightforward with 7. So
And what about 5?
5 is also straightforward. Like the classes, the 5, 6, and 7, they should be considered canon because it doesn't interfere with the timeline.
5, 6, and 7.
5, 6, and 7.
But what about 4?
The gaps. 4, I'm not familiar with how 4 works because they added him later.
Tom Baker's added later.
They added later. So I don't know. I don't think it should not interfere with his storyline on television. It's supposed to fill in the gaps. Like, I can do 6 really good because I know more about 6. Okay. So the first gap with his would be between Twin Dilemma and the one that the second season, which I forget what's after that one. That's a gap. So they all put stuff in between that gap. Then after that, you go from the Cyberman to the Trial of Time Lord. That's a gap. And then after Trial of Time Lord to where he regenerates is a gap.
Okay.
So they doing gaps. They're not doing like going within, like on some of them they do that.
Well, what about the Big Finish with David Tennant?
David Tennant, that should be gaps too. They should be filling in within the gaps.
So that should be canon?
Know. That should be canon. Here's the thing. If it's in between a period of time that is not established in the television, that should be canon. If it any way possible that it overlaps or contradicts certain storylines, then that's not canon.
Right. Okay, what about Romana?
The
whole thing shouldn't be canon, right?
That technically shouldn't because it contradicts what is said in the television.
The Lord President and stuff.
Yeah. But if her timeline does not affect what's going on in television, and it actually happens when she's dropped. I don't know where she ended up at. I'm not familiar.
She regenerated.
What happened with her. She regenerated.
In the missing episode books or so, what they'll do is on the back of the book, this story takes place between this adventure and this adventure.
That's what they.
And that's pretty much what they're doing with. They're trying to do like Big Finish in a way.
Yeah, Big Finish always have. If you look at some of the older CDs with 6, 5, and 4, they'll tell you exactly the time period it's happening in.
Okay.
That was the thing about Big Finish because most of these doctors didn't have well-developed stories, And also, you have to count that they did do a season 4 with Colin Baker, which was the missing season that and they did it with Sylvester McCoy too, the missing series. So now you have a gap between Trend Dilemma, Cyberman, the missing series, and then that gap between the last thing of the missing episodes, and then on to that one. So it's supposed to be gaps only. It cannot be anything that contradicts the actual story. Now, I'm for sure that there was one that I'm not for sure what time period this contradicts, and this was Paris, called the Piston Paradox.
Yeah.
Where her older self travels with Six, and her younger self goes back to the time period of her older self. And this, see, that's the thing. Paris storyline is different in the canon, the Big Finish one, because she was splintered off just like Clara, because the Time Lords was pissed off at her. So I don't quite understand it. I know in some of her stories, they do go back to an alternate version of her, where she's living on Earth and was in an abusive relationship, and then now she's a talk show host. Yeah, it's really bad because she ended up miscarrying and everything in the story, and she has to confront her younger self.
What kind of Doctor Who thing is that?
Well, I mean, it was really good. It's Companion Chronicles, which if you them Companion Chronicles are just stories from the companions. So, but this one was special because you had Colin Baker play his role as Sixth Doctor. I mean, she did the voice with Phil, and it was really good. But that's the thing with Big Finish. It's supposed to be gaps only. And there's other characters, like you got Bertrice Summerfield, who was a Time Lord, and then you got Jingo and Lightfoot, which is the companions. So you have, and then also you have alternate companions with these new companions. Like Sixth Doctor have so many companions right now. They ain't funny. He has a lot of companions during the time span, and I think that's what. Yeah.
And that actress passed away a few years ago.
Yes, Evelyn. Oh my God, I love Evelyn Smythe. She was really good.
So there's all these companions we've never seen.
Yeah, it was just primarily for the Big Finish dramas.
Yeah, it's only in the gaps though, and that's the thing. It's only in the gaps. It's not. It does not post a conflict with anything you see on television. You just seen like.
Wasn't David Tennant's Doctor have multiple companions too? Alternate companions?
He has alternate companions in the he probably gonna end up getting alternate. Yeah, in the comic book series, but I think how Big Finish works is that
same way with the Doctor Who magazines too.
Yeah, he's gonna have alternate companions. So it's not gonna be the same 3 that you saw on the television show. They probably gonna add more companions to them because they supposed to be going into the gaps. But I'm not really familiar with what's going on with David Tennant because I vaguely watched this series. I don't know exactly where the gaps are with him. I know there was a significant amount of time between what's the last of the time?
Doomsday and
Doomsday and all that. Yeah. When he goes off and marry was it not Victoria, Elizabeth? I don't know which one
but there was I know there was a thing where he saved the galaxy. I know there's a whole bunch of things, which probably was with River, by the way. I'm thinking because there was
But I don't. I think all of them. I don't consider River should not be canon at all because it does.
The only thing I feel with River would be canon is she did have other adventures with 10.
Yeah.
That was. I mean, even Moffat admits that. Moffat said it. That's canon.
But even with the Master thing, I don't even consider that canon with them either because it's so out of whack with what was on the television. It doesn't.
Yeah, that's what.
Did BBC ever say anything about it being canon? Because I know we talked about it.
Well, he's saying that they're saying it's canon, but I didn't hear them say anything.
Okay.
So I'm not trying to go against anybody, but I'm just.
I think he says that because they have a licensing agreement with BBC.
I know, but see, the thing is that look at that whole mess with Sony and Marvel and Venom.
Yep.
And they didn't want to say it, but then the Infinity War directors, the Russo brothers, says, nah, we're going to tell you the truth. Venom ain't part of the MCU. That shit sucks. And it's like, oh, shit. And then they're like, they said that. Yeah, they did. They did. You're like, yeah, we don't want that shit in there. That's not part.
And another thing is that, it's, see, that's the thing. He's saying it as a whole. But in all actuality, we can cherry pick what is canon.
I know. That's the whole thing. You're never going to have a definitive canon.
You're not going to.
Because everybody's going to have a problem with something because they're a favorite, or maybe their favorite doctor's the fourth, and they're going to have a problem with Sutek coming back, or there's going to be like a thing with Valyard because people are very hazy about that. They don't want it to be represented. So there's always going to be like, no, and you can't really say, you can't argue with the person because, it really wasn't on TV. So
yeah, it wasn't.
So,
but
because from my understanding,
if you ask me, that Dimensions in Time crap, I don't count as anything. Because I don't know how Leela becomes like a hippie Woodstock person.
No, why would they
I don't understand that at all.
Leela looked different too. Like she was.
I don't understand that.
She should have been in warrior garb or something.
I don't know what she was wearing.
That's not the spirit of her character.
No, it's like somebody didn't know who she was.
She looked like she was domesticated, like they just dropped her off on the planet. I think that's just like all the doctors are like drunk. It's like a bad dream. Like none of anything they said made sense. It's like they had 107 writers and nobody communicated with each other. The only thing I was glad about, even though they did do this in Big Finish eventually, is that the Sixth Doctor met Lethbridge Stewart, and that was the greatest thing ever.
Yeah.
Well, he did meet him in the Dimensions in Time.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That was the best part of it.
That was the only thing,
Yeah, because everything else was like, they was going off the seventh Doctor. It was really a seventh Doctor.
They should have had David Tennant meet him. That was such a mistake.
Oh, yes. I would have loved that.
They almost did. In fact, I think they were going to try to, but I think the actor was filming somewhere or something. That was a mistake. They should have had him. Yeah.
They should have had it, but I mean, I still dislike, I'm not going to say hate, dislike the fact that he was made into a Cyberman. I don't understand.
Well, me too. I don't like that at all.
If there's some way they could reverse that, that would be great.
Yeah, because that's not the spirit of his character.
No.
That's not how that would
Which would also mean Amy and Rory would be Cybermen too.
I don't. Yeah. Okay. I really don't think they're in the graves. I don't believe any of that. Honestly. Because I can't. Moffat just that thing's so
weird. Yeah.
When he writes really shit, it's just he gives people headaches with stuff. I mean, right, Sally? I mean, like.
Oh, he does.
It's like.
I mean, I was really upset because that is, why the hell would he be a Cyberman? Why would that even?
They're not.
I hope not.
I like to believe because of TARDIS radiation that none of the companions became Cybermen.
Exactly. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'll just say that. Yeah. That will be my excuse.
Because it's like the TARDIS, like, I have a weird theory about that, because if you look up on like the little circular dot, the guide frame, it's supposed to be each companion's name. So I would like to think that because they are attached to that, and somehow they are being protected by whatever is doing up there. It's like a little bubble for them.
Which, mind you, I would wish you would explain how, if the TARDIS has shielding, how people could have sex in the TARDIS, and the time vortex, which is shielded from the TARDIS, would be able to easy bake oven a baby into a Time Lord. Because that does not make any sense whatsoever. Like that, it was just instant baby Time Lord. We still, from what I understand, River has to have two hearts.
Yeah.
Because you can't handle one heart can't handle the regeneration energy.
How the hell did she get pregnant? I don't understand.
Well, you see.
Well, no, we know how they got pregnant.
Fall in love.
Fine.
So it was natural.
They performed
I
No
was
fun.
and 9 months
I
later.
was assuming
Wait,
that.
they were on their honeymoon in the TARDIS.
Oh God! See,
And
that's
they,
what
like-
makes you thinking for a reason.
No, but they said that, like, because he looked like he turned greener than Vastra when he's trying to explain it to Vastra. And she's like, how did this happen? Their honeymoon, I mean,
I missed that.
even if there was bunk beds, they were still, like, he gave them bunk beds.
Yeah, bunk
But
beds.
But they were on the
here's
floor,
the thing.
right.
Bunk beds.
Here's the thing: how would that even affect? That's a good question. How would that even affect if the TARDIS had intervened at some point?
Yeah.
Because that doesn't even make sense. It looks like they was doing a three-way in the end. Because that don't make
They
sense.
were dressed up in the Christmas special on another part of their honeymoon. Dressed up she's in the police uniform. He's dressed as a Roman. Come on. And then throughout the whole episode, they're
Definitely
dressed
wasn't a
like that.
Trojan.
Now we just really lost the demonetization for this one.
Yeah.
Sorry.
That's,
Had to go
hey,
there.
man, you know?
I mean,
At least we didn't say ABC 1, 2, 3 because we got a flag for that too.
Kentucky.
But in all seriousness, they think
Yeah.
I think Capaldi was I don't know. Did any of the other actors consider the TARDIS as organic? Because I thought that it was an organic.
I don't want to start putting labels on the TARDIS and saying it's. The shield is supposed to protect from outside radiation.
Yeah.
So the time vortex shouldn't get in there and just make it the baby Time Lord. Rory has to be a Time Lord. I'm sorry. Has to be, but whatever.
We would never know if he was a Time Lord or not.
Oh, we'll know. Because Moffat, yeah, we'll know.
Yeah,
He's popping out those books, man. He's plugging those holes.
He's probably the future grandchild of
Master.
Grandchild of the Doctor.
Ew, dude. What?
They'll probably
wait, no, dude.
Grandchild of
Dude, listen. Can't be. Dude. If Rory is the grandchild, and then the kid is River, and he's making out with River, he's making out with his great-grand... No, dude.
Dancing with myself.
No. Don't. The one time, Scott, I'm going to say no. You are wrong, Scott. No. Jesus! Oh, Canada! Oh, shit! No, okay, anyway.
Scotty, don't.
Anyway. Save those tokens. Listen. No. No Time Lord, TARDIS Easy Bake Oven.
Yeah.
TARDIS. Man, this is so over-sexualized.
Do you remember, if you really think about it, listen, if you really think about it, how freaky deaky Moffat was.
Yes.
Oh,
The dialogue he put in Amy Pond's mouth.
Oh, good Lord.
Let's have a romp in the, like, wait, what?
What?
Like she's like trying to grab him and whatever the night before her wedding.
Yeah.
In her bed, and I'm like, wait, what?
Oh,
what? And then you write this thing about how much she loves Rory, but she had her tongue down his doctor's throat.
Yeah,
It's like, wait, what?
That's just ew. Ew.
That could have led to it too.
It just.
She probably got her wish.
If you see, listen, if you see, do you ever see Coupling?
Yeah.
You saw Coupling?
Yeah, I saw Coupling, a couple of episodes of Coupling.
Okay. Moffat wrote that.
Oh, goody.
And there was a lot of
coupling going on.
Suggestive dialogue.
There was a lot of stuff in there, like Dirty Mind, man.
Yeah.
A lot. And you're like, oh, okay, that's different. But you know, he put that stuff in Doctor Who, really. What?
Watch behind the couch or watching behind your hand.
At least it wasn't bad as the book club, because that one was real bad.
The book club?
And that had Michelle. It had Michelle Gomez on it. And
book club?
It's called the book club.
Oh, is that those mini-sode things where she would like rip people apart or something?
No. It's about this American woman who moves to Scotland.
Oh.
And it's about her starting a book club to meet people, and it's just about this group of people that's within the book club, and it was really good, but it was really bad too. I was like, God.
Well, look at now, David Tennant and Catherine Tate are going to be married in a show.
Really?
That they're from Great Britain, living in America, and they call it the Americans. Because they're British.
Oh, the Americans. Oh my God. Is this FX? Is that the one?
They're gonna put it over. I think they're making it, like they're writing it, and they're gonna put it over here too. I think.
Yeah, it sounds like a show that.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Can't wait for
There's
that.
gonna be so much sass going on that damn show.
Oh, I gotta tell you, Georgia Moffat, which is David Tennant's wife, Georgia Tennant, right? She sent the funniest tweet today. Because somebody, I guess the school sent a letter home, and they dared to say Mr. and Mrs. D. Tennant. And she's like, oh no, like she put like hashtag equality. She's like, I am not going to tolerate this. Mr. and Mrs. D. Tennant. It's like, where's Georgie? Like, it's like, oh hell no. It's like, that's great. I was cracking up
said
on it.
Mr. and Mrs. Tennant and then left it at that.
It was D. Tennant. I was like, oh shit, that's great. That's funny shit. Oh my God. Pissed myself when I saw it.
I bet somebody did it to be very naughty.
Yeah.
Naughty on y'all.
Yeah.
The message
instant anger.
Like instant.
Yeah.
Triggered. You triggered her.
You know what? We couldn't, much as my big cool, we could never review coupling on here.
No.
Like ever. Because like you can't even explain.
No.
No. Every video will be flagged. I lose my channel. No.
No. I honestly believe that's why Torchwood did not get another season because of that real.
Well, that wasn't Moffat with the thing. I know that was the thing. He pulled it out, and it's like
Torchwood didn't get the stars. It didn't get another season because
that's
because they went really above and beyond.
Torchwood, unfortunately, is a show that needed to be built up more to get it translated over here, because it just looked like it was just a copy of the one that showed in Britain. I mean, and that's the thing with Grace Point too. It needs to be built up for America. You can't just.
Yeah, people don't like that.
Yeah.
They don't like it.
Nobody.
The regular Torchwood viewers are probably going, John, can you lower the blinds a bit? I mean, ooh.
I gotta tell you, I was trying to watch that. The moment it got to that part, and the moment I heard the doctor's name mentioned, I got sick to my stomach. I got like ill, and then he's like, "Doctor had companions," and I'm like, "Oh my God, you're turning it into a." I was like, "Ah!" I was like, "No, I can't watch
Dr. Horror instead of Dr.
Jesus." We're definitely not suitable for advertisers.
That's the thing. I still think Children of Earth was real good though, but that's because Capaldi was in it. He does.
So anyway, going back to the thing, Big Finish, is it canon? We have no idea.
Yeah.
You can't just go by. I know that when the head of Big Finish says it's canon, can you really say it's canon, or you can't say it's not? I mean, I don't know, man. I agree
with Vaughn. I think
I don't want to believe that it's all canon.
That narrow space of when it wasn't on the air. That's the stuff they're talking about.
Yeah, that's
where
the
they can
gap.
fit those things in between. Otherwise, if it falls within the series itself, no.
Yeah, no. It should be gaps only.
Yeah.
It's canon. This other side stuff, the Companion Chronicles, all that should not be counted as canon.
No.
You know, the funny thing was, in coupling, Michelle Gomez's husband is the main thing in that show. Do you know that? We'll talk about it. All right. All right, guys. Thanks a lot. Take care. Bye for now.